What is up, guys? It's Friday. I'm Damon. It's a late video because I didn't know if Sam was gonna post today, and well, so I just got back from the movies. I saw Transcendence. I suggest you go see it too. It's pretty awesome. So this week's topic is the start to transitioning, or like the beginning, as I like to call it. And I mean, the beginning, what that means is like, what is transgender? Like, how did I find out about it? Or how do you find out about it? Or, how do you know if you are transgender? I knew I was transgender when I watched a YouTube video. I was watching a collab called LGBTeens at the time. Now it's called LGBTV, or it used to be called that. And there was a guy on there, and his name was Avery, and he started out as, a lesbian, like most of us do. We start out as identifying as lesbians, and then one day he posted a video and he said that he no longer sees himself as a lesbian. And he realized that he was transgender, and he explained what it was. He explained what being transgender was, and it kind of opened my eyes to realize, like, everything he said, I agreed with him. Like, I felt the same way, and I was like, okay, I must be transgender. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense now. And I want to start by saying, what is transgender? When I describe what transgender is to people, I usually just say, like, my mind is male, but my body is female, and they usually kind of get it. But yeah, like, best way I could say, have you ever felt just like you just feel out of place? Like, you just don't like showing your body. You wear kind of baggy clothes because you don't want anybody to really see, that your chest or anything. And you're just kind of, you just don't feel right. There's just something that doesn't feel right. Like, you don't really like wearing girly stuff. You don't like having long hair, or you want to cut your hair, and there's something that just doesn't feel right. And then, and that's what being transgender, like, when cis people look in the mirror, they're okay with their gender. They know that if it's a male, they know they're a male. If it's a female, they know that they're a female. And they're okay with how they look on the outside. And they're happy with it. I mean, of course, they're not happy with everything, but they're happy with who they are, as gender-wise. When a transgender person, or if you don't know if you're transgender yet, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see, say you don't like your chest, you don't like your long hair, you don't like the makeup you wear, like, you don't want to wear that, you don't like you, then you're probably transgender. If that's how you feel, if when you look in the mirror, you see a guy, or a woman, that's what you see. You don't see the gender you were assigned at birth. So, I mean, that's really what this week's topic is about. Like, and that's by watching a YouTube video, is when I learned that like, I was not meant to be a female. I was not. I can tell, because I don't like my chest. I don't like my bottom area. I've always, and when you think about it, when I think about it, I've always been like this. I've never ever wanted to identify as a female, even when I was little. Like, so, I mean, the first steps to admitting that you're transgender is admitting it to yourself. like figuring out, okay, yeah, this is what I am, and then you move forward with that. I mean, nobody wants to be transgender. Like, there's people that are proud. But there's people that nobody wants to be transgender. Nobody wants to be in the wrong body. Nobody wants to have to go through this stress because it's stressful. Like, some people want to take the easy way out, and some people want to just, they don't want to go through the transitioning. They just want to live a simple life. So but they're gonna live an unhappy life because, yeah, it's a lot of work, but in the end, it's worth it. Do you want to go your whole life not feeling good about yourself, like at all, just hating yourself? I mean, there's hatred towards people. People have self-hatred, but when you're trans, it's 10 times worse. But that's really just so. If you're wondering, am I transgender? Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Ask yourself, are you happy being in the body you're in? Are you happy when people call you she and her or him and like his? Like when they use pronouns like that. It's up to you. Research it. Google it. I Googled it. Once you realize that, once you start transitioning, it can only go up. It's not gonna be snappy. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah. Because at first I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get testosterone. I'm gonna have top surgery and everything. It's not gonna happen in a blink of an eye. But it's gonna be worth it in the end. Your happiness is number one. It's priority. And I'm sorry this video is so long. It's just kind of a big topic to talk about. Finding yourself, really. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. Happy Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny brings you lots of candy. And money, I don't know. And if you're Jewish, happy Passover. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Peace.